Hi guys, and I'm back with this review, or look at, shall we say. Must stress, this is only my opinion. This review is, and it's on this fantastic looking London Brighton South Coast Railway H2 class by Bachmann. And this was announced in their winter range of 2020, and it's just arrived. So I thought I would review it. I do like pre-grouping liveries, and it also complements the H1 I have, and probably the London Brighton South Coast Railway rolling stock that is due out or out, depending on when you watch this review. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we, and see what it's all about. Starting off on the detail bag, you get a wealth of details for the bag. You get lamps, indicator discs, air pipes, vacuum pipes for the loco, vacuum pipes for the tender, screw link couplings, which I wish they would fit, cylinder corner infits as well. It's a nice touch. Guard irons, steam pipes, heated steam pipes, and you also get speaker mounted and the screws as well. A lot of these I wish they would fit. As we move on to the front of the locomotive, let's get the negatives out of the way with first. There's no sprung buffers, but they are metal. May not be sprung, but they are metal, which is nice. There's a few rivets as well in the buffer beam. And we also have the number of the locomotive, which is 422. We also have an NAM coupling as well. We have some holes where the detail goes, which I wish they would add a bit more of the detail, especially the chain link or the hook. That would be nice to add. Then we're moving up a little bit more. We have these massive lamp irons. They're quite big actually. That's how the London and Brighton does it by the looks of things. Moving up more, we have some lovely metal handrails, smetbox dart, and a metal lamp iron at the top as well. Very nice touch there. The smetbox dart door does not open, but it does look nice. Pity about the sprung buffers. As we move on to the side of the locomotive, I must say the livery looks fantastic in this umber brown. London and Brighton South Coast umber brown. It looks fantastic. I must say it's brown and it has lining of gold, black and gold. It looks amazing. We have some rivets near the front of the locomotive, which is very nice. Nice detail there. Moving across, the wheel configuration is a 442. It's an Atlantic locomotive. Very nice. The rear pony truck does not swing, but I'm interested in the rear one as well. And round the pony truck, it is lined as well in this lovely gold that's everywhere, and the running board as well. Bachmann have gone to some length with this. We also have that metal handrail, a little one near the cabin and one running along the boiler. That is nice, a nice touch there. We also have the crest of the company in the splashes. No name on this one, but it is a nice touch with that lining as well, and a small handrail in between. We have the lining on the wheels. The rods, I believe, are metal, which is nice. We also have, looks like, some cylinder drains as well, or cocks on the cylinders, already added. Great touch. The safety valves and whistles. I think the whistle is plastic. The whistle is metal, sorry. And the safety valve is plastic. Obviously, it's one moulded. We also have some washout plugs in gold as well. Then we have the number of the locomotive, which is 422. We have some steps which are lined as well, and then we have a handrail and support beam going up to the top of the cab roof. The cab roof itself is white. So on to the other side of the locomotive. It is basically the same as the other side, but with a few differences, and I can mention a few other things around here as well. We have that wonderful lining, as you can see, all the way around from the cab all the way through to the locomotive and boiler and the splashes and running board, pony truck as well, and steps. We also have it everywhere, like the front of the loco as well. There's a little bit of lining I didn't see the other side. We also have two lots of pipes around it, a handrail and a pipe with some fitted more detail on there. It is metal, it is chrome, and it does look pretty nice under these lights. We also have a reversing rod as well, which isn't on the other side, it's on this side, and that goes above the pony truck as well. Very unusual way of doing it. I'm used to them coming out the cab. We also have them splashes again, which have been picked out in gold. We have some sort of, I'm not sure if it's moulded or there's some sort of moulded inside for the cylinders. Also looks like there could be a screw hole there as well, which once you see it, it's a little off-putting. I'm unsure if it's a screw hole or a handle for the crew to lift up. But either way, it's there. It's a nice touch. Could have been painted if there's some detail there. As we move on to the cab itself. Let's be honest, the cab itself is highly detailed, very well painted. Got the wood flooring effect going on in the cab, which is nice. I think we've got some seats as well, some handrails and reversers, so nice. Got some piping and dials all picked out, painted wonderful, may I add. Very nice by Bachmann. Moving on to the other side of the tender, as you can see, we have some fine detail with the, I think it's a water scoop handle going there as well, picked out in silver. They do make a very detailed cab, if I'm honest with you, Bachmann do. Very highly done. As we move on to the side of the tender, both sides of the tender are exactly the same. There's no difference as far as I can tell. But at the end we do have the handrail, either side I think, and we also have the steps which are lined. So are the axle boxes, and the chassis of the tender is lined. We also have the lining as well around the outside of the tender as it is. The lining again is a gold, black and gold with the umber brown as the main livery. The tender itself, it's different to the H1. This one says LB and SCR, and as for the H1 it says LB SCRC. So it's slightly different. There should be a picture coming up. You can also see the cold rails, which I think are plastic as well, but very fine plastic. It's very nice. We also have them sticky out things, which I think are for tarpauling. I could be wrong. But either way, it's a really nice looking tender. As we move on to the back of the tender, we still have that wonderful lining again. It's been all the way through the locomotive. We have metal buffers, not sprung metal. We have a few rivets on there as well. We also have the holes for the detail, which is in the bag. We also have a vacuum pipe added. I think it's a vacuum pipe anyway. We also have some lamp irons there, I believe, too. As we look down on the locomotive itself, as you can see, the dome and the chimney look separately applied. I think the chimney is hollow as well, which is nice. You can see that fantastic lining. Again, very nice touch. It is very crisply applied, if I'm honest with you. So we move towards the cab area itself. As you can see, you've got some rivets and some lining on the cab, or lines, which are not painted, but the cab is white, the roof is white, which means a Royal engine. I could be wrong. We also have the safety bells and whistles as well. Like I said, the whistle is metal and the safety bell is plastic, and separately applied though by looks of things as well. As we move on to the bird's eye view of the tender, the coal load isn't too bad. It's quite nice actually. It possibly could be removable by the looks of things. Yeah, so let's get the elephant out of the room. It's orange. That looks like how the London and Brighton South Coast Railway did theirs. Orange tops for the tender. It's a bit glary, but yeah. We also have a water filler cap. Looks like we have some toolboxes as well, some finely detailed bits in orange. Would have been better if they picked them out in a different colour, like black. As we move on to the underside of the locomotive, as you see, the brake rigging is already applied. Does make it easier for people with difficulty doing that. Also makes it harder to get the screws out to take the base plate off. Only my opinion. As you can see, the end wheel it's flanged, which is good. They do say this can go around second radius. We'll soon find out. Also have pickups on that as well. Speaking of pickups, the two main driving wheels have them as well, along with some sanding gear. I'm unsure about the front pony truck, but I think it does swivel better. So yeah, it's quite a nice thing. So yeah, it's a pretty basic one there. As we move across to the connection between the loco and the tender, this is one of the main reasons I don't like Bachmann tender locos, but I do understand they are improving it for the V2 class. There's no, they're not permanently hooked, unlike the Hornby ones, which should be a picture of a Hornby one now. That's a Merchant Navy. These ones are loose, so you think you connected it sometimes isn't, and I had that issue during this pose here. We've also got the wires and the plug, which is standard for most modern manufacturers. Just the bit I don't like is it's not permanently connected to a degree. And finally, we move on to the underneath of the tender. I don't normally show these, but it's nice. You can see the holes for the speaker, which you get the mountings and screws in the detail bag. It is nice. They do that for you. We also have the pickups, which I believe are on all 6 wheels, if not 4 of the wheels. I think that's a copper strip. Anyway, you can also see the coupling, which is NEM1, and the spuffers are not sprung, like I said before. But it's nice to show they have pickups in the tender. So yeah, that's it on the tracks. Next up will be some points tests, see how well it is with points tests with tender pickups, and basically to see if it can do second radius like it says in the book. So here goes. Managed that pretty well. It's just about the 20. Just see, runs pretty well on DC. So yeah, it managed the points test pretty well, and the second radius was quite surprising. It managed that as well. The points test was probably my fault, not having enough speed with it. But it can manage it at a slow speed. I've managed to get 10 on the controller, but wasn't great. But it managed it anyway. So next up is slow speed, and then I will see you at the end after the running session. $20 again. Give it a bit more juice. It's not bad for DC. Does look fantastic in the sunlight though. So yeah guys, that's the end of the video and the review. It ran with, as you can see on this train, it ran with a mixture of teaked and a southern, both by Hornby. And then it also ran with a double header with the H1 La France. So yeah, and that was a mixture of southern and bullids. The bullids off my great friend Jerry Allen. He sent them to me, so thanks Jerry. Hope you like him in the train. Time for my opinions on this. It looks fantastic, it looks stunning, no issues whatsoever. The only gripe I have, if I'm honest, and I try to be, is there's no sprung woofers, there's no flickering firebox, and there's no the Hornby style connection between the loco and tender. I don't know if we expect these stuff this day and age. I don't know. Maybe we do. But for $195 it cost me from Rails of Sheffield. I expect sprung buffers at least. Even though I don't like them, it would be nice because it hasn't really gone down in price for the stuff that's missing. It's a great shame. I understand that the livery is enhanced. It's a bit more advanced than a green one or BR black. I understand that. I get that. But with no sprung buffers and no flickering firebox, should it be cheaper? I don't know. Probably. Anyway, that's my take on it. Would I recommend one at a cheaper price? Yes. At the price they are, depends on your preference. And I apologise for the stock too. It's the best I could do. Please take care and see you in the next video. Bye.